Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you now game 3 here on Last Refuge. We are tied at 1 game apiece, and let me go ahead and double check something real fast. Alright, sorry about that. Just need to make sure that my volume levels are okay during the recording as well. So, yeah, a little bit of the behind the scenes action in what it takes me to, cast a WarCraft 3 game and StarCraft 2 game. On the top right-hand side of the map, we have Hawk spawning as the teal human player. Meanwhile, on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Lucifer spawning as the purple undead. Now, there is a little bit of delay between Games 2 and Game 3 for me to cast, so I can't recap on all the games as I don't quite remember, but we are going into a crypt and a graveyard, so it looks like this is going to be a Crypt Fiend build. And I don't believe I've actually seen this build come in from Lucifer, at least not in this particular series. Now, Hawk is going to be going most likely for that Archmage opening once more, gonna perhaps try to militia creep, but militia creeping is going to be a little bit difficult as the only place the militia creep is right here, and that is a little bit of a ways to go. Archmage is being trained up. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Undead. Undead getting up that graveyard, and I do believe it will still be a Death Knight, even though that Death Knight will be delayed. One key thing, this militia will come down, take a look around, see that it is in fact a delayed Death Knight Crypt Fiend opening, and now Hawk knows that he can try to militia creep out pretty quickly. Now, very curious as to why Hawk always sets up these scout towers in such a strange location. With the scout towers where they are, it is very difficult to protect your mineral line, virtually impossible, and it is also very difficult to do any sort of repairing on that one particular tower. Archmage is already moving out. We'll see how many militia are being called over. One peasant now making its way back as well, and is going to be a water elemental creep off of this 3-3-3 creep camp first, and then perhaps a militia creep on the higher level once there are more footmen. Gloves of Haste has been picked up once more. Scout farm now being set down off over here, just trying to keep track and keep tabs of that army as much as possible. Down goes that last troll trapper. Are we going to perhaps see more militia? I don't believe so. Oh, 3 militia now wandering back, as now Archmage may try to drop down another water elemental and do more scout or more creeping again. It looks like more militia are coming over. It is going to be 5 this time around. Water Elemental is getting in position. Archmage doesn't want to jump the gun here. And now here we go. This Water Elemental very low on hit points, though, and on time life. I believe that he could have engaged just a little bit faster, but then the militia would not have arrived to the party. Alright, this Water Elemental has been taken down. A boulder to the head as the Archmage does get to level 2. Picks up a Belt of Giant Strength. So the Archmage will be able to regenerate hit points slightly faster, also having higher maximum hit points as well. Doesn't really do much in terms of damage, but we'll see whether or not that Archmage transfers that item later on. Tome of Intelligence definitely picked up by Hawk. It's nice to see professional WarCraft 3 players reading their tomes and getting better. Coming back over here, another Water Elemental will be dropped, more creeping. Meanwhile, the Lich first. Alright. Sorry about that. Lich first coming in from Lucifer, and not what I was expecting at all. Now, the Lich can, in fact, do that Dark Ritual in order to get additional mana very, very quickly, and also deny some experience. We saw that in game 2, I believe, or game 1. I think I made a Dota comment on that as well, as we are going to see the Archmage now make its way down over here. We are going into a scout tower being built. The scout farm did catch this Lich, and who will come out ahead in this matchup, as we now see that the Lich is a little bit shy from level 3. Alright, what is the Lich first going to be doing? Normally, Lich is not utilized first, as the Fiends are now trying to retreat. The Fiends are relatively going to be low on hit points, high damage, but relatively low on hit points, as we are going to be going into some more skeletal minion action. Scout farm off over here. We'll see if this particular creep camp will get creeped out. It looks like it will. And if the Lich decides, nope, going to go after a scout farm instead first. Footmen now making their way back around. Nope, gonna do a little bit more creeping once more. The farm will get taken down. One of the reasons why players don't really focus on buildings is because of their fortified armor. That one farm, which only costs 80 gold and 20 lumber, takes quite a while to actually take down, and it can be rebuilt pretty quickly. Water Elemental, Frost Nova, and oh, that is a whole bunch of slowed footmen there, and it looks like one footman will get taken down. Are more units going to get taken down once again as the Lich sitting at level 2? Oh, there is a Dark Ritual, and there's another Frost Nova, level 3 now on the Lich. A beautiful Dark Ritual off of a skeletal minion, and this is one of the strategies that I really like to see come in from Undead players, utilizing the Rod of Necromancy and then sacrificing it for the additional mana. You can see how effective that really is. Now, as the more points are spent into Dark Ritual, the more effective that transfer is going to be, and he essentially doesn't need at all. He doesn't need any potions of mana, and it really handles a lot of the mana issues that the Lich runs into. Alright, here we go. Oh, he should have done 2 Crypt Fiends, and there's another Dark Ritual once more, double Lich. Oh, and it looks like how, here we go, coming into the battle, and what is going to be happening? One Arcane Tower will get taken down very quickly, and who is going to take that damage first? That Lich now getting some Arcane feedback damage. This Lich now taking some Arcane feedback damage since it is actually a summon. And we'll see what will be happening next. Another Dark Ritual there, and the Lich may be able to get off another Frost Nova as a Shadow Priest does get taken down, and now the Troll Berserker going to get taken down as well. Oh, it is not taken down yet. Is it going to get denied? So low on hit points, down to 20. One more shot should do it. And no, the Troll Berserker does survive. Lich now backing off. Crypt Fiends are trying to engage. Are we going to see another Dark Ritual, perhaps, in order to take down more and more units with that Frost Nova? No, the Lich is out of mana, getting in another Dark Ritual there, but it is not enough of a Dark Ritual. As we see the fighting happening more and more, the footmen have to be very careful. The Crypt Fiends can focus fire them down extremely quickly, and since they are all range units, here we go, now coming back around, and there's the Frost Nova hitting both of those units, and it looks like one of the footmen will be not able to survive. Remember, each of those little Crypt Fiend attacks does deal around 26 to 31 damage, or exactly 26 to 31 damage, after you do not discount for armor. Now going back and forth at it, militia are being called over. Both sides are still fighting. You can see Ogre Mauler has been utilized as well. Lich now making its way over. Is it going to go for another Dark Ritual? No, it will not. Lich still sitting at level 3, and there is that ritual once more. Now, let's take a look coming back over here. Crypt Fiend is going to be dealing some damage to those Arcane Towers. Peasants are now trying to repair it. Is it going to be enough? As you can see that the Crypt Fiends are focusing down all of those Peasants rather quickly and effectively. Lich now taking a little bit more Arcane feedback damage. Again, this is not all too good as the Lich does need to back off. And now the Ogre Maulers are coming back around. Alright, you can see what this one particular Crypt Fiend still trying to run away, and now we're going to come back around and engage a little bit more still. Footmen getting stuck on the wrong side. Is it going to fall? It looks like it will be able to survive. Crypt Fiend's now perhaps going to turn around here. One more shot. Oh, slow has been cast. The Lich now taking a lot of damage. But now another Water Elemental coming in. The Crypt Fiend's actually blocking the path of the Lich. And there's a Scroll of Town Portal. I believe that Stone Golem will get taken down. Level 4 now on the Lich, as we have a bit of a reprieve. Teleporting back over here. Not your typical location at all. Now, one thing I did want to talk about was how armor worked in WarCraft 3. Some people thought that I didn't know that it was a percentage base. I do know that it is a percentage base reduction, but reading up and looking at the logarithmic calculations, each point of armor should effectively turns the effective hit points or increases the effective hit points about the same amount. So if something goes from 0 to 1 armor as opposed to 16 to 17 armor, the overall number of effective hit points on a unit should still be about the same. You can see the Rock Golem will get taken down. Oh, and a beautiful item, True Shot Aura, Crypt Fiends with True Shot Aura, Lich with True Shot Aura, and that means a whole bunch of damage will be dealt. A Tome of Agility was picked up, even though he doesn't really need to be that fast. Tome of Strength also being left behind. The additional hit points should come in handy. And, oh, he looked like he was trying to read it. What was he doing? Oh no, he passed through it. Oh, come on, Lucifer, don't do this to me. All right. Coming back around over here, you can see that we are upgrading to a Halls of the Dead. There is one Nerubian tower, and in comes the engagement. And this is a turnaround. This is Intelligence Hero versus Intelligence Hero. 2 base with a lot of mercenaries. And this is pretty much the exact same build with different heroes on each side. Lucifer will end up losing that Ogre Mauler there. But there are so many Skeletal Crypt Fiends that he can just constantly sacrifice, or so many Skeletal Minions that he can constantly sacrifice them and always get a lot of mana. You can see that one Water Elemental down to 19. There you go. Level 5 now on the Lich. Lucifer sitting at level 5, the Archmage sitting at level 4, and this one Lich has been able to pretty much shut down the entire human army with mass destruction. Alright, Hawk may get creepjacked here. There is close to 300 mana on a True Shot Aura Lich, surrounded by Crypt Fiends. I'm not sure if this could get any much better, as we are now going to see, the Null Overseer. There goes the the Ogre Mauler continuing to fight both sides. The item has been dropped, a Ring of Protection plus, I guess, 2 at this point. More fighting going back and forth, and not a very good item. It could have been the Claws of Attack, and we now see plus 10 damage on that Lich. Sacrifice once more. That Lich is pretty much near unstoppable, and are we actually gonna see the WarCraft 2 old-time favorite ultimate spell, Death and Decay? Death and Decay, very, very popular, was the powerful counterpart to Blizzard from the Orc side. I know that this is the Undead army, but Death and Decay should be very interesting. Both sides running up on 2 bases, and overall, it looks like both of them are sitting in no upkeep. We are sitting at Necropolis here, so we pretty much this expansion is the main base now. Any scroll of town portals will naturally be cast to this unless you purposely tell it to teleport to the other location. One Footman quickly going to get taken down, and now I believe the Archmage should be getting close to level 5. Nope, the Mountain King sitting at level 1, and we could have an Ensnare here. Troll Trapper, there's the Frost Nova. How much damage can be dealt? Mountain King down to 163. Potion of Invulnerability used on both sides. Hawk going to be losing some units. There's a Frost Nova, and is the Mountain King gonna survive? It looks like it will, as it does escape away. One Spellbreaker, the perfect counter unit to the number of Frost Novas that we've seen from Lucifer. And we'll see what will be happening next as a Frost Nova takes down one unsuspecting peasant. Alright, Workshop going to take a lot of damage. Lich getting so close to level 6 now. Hawk should end up just canceling that building. Yes, he does. And we are now perhaps going to be going into mortar teams. There we go. Staff of Teleportation. What hero is it? It is going to be the Death Knight. Talk about a turnaround in terms of hero order. Lich, Death Knight coming back. And now, the Death Knight, Frost Nova, Death Coil. Stormbolt, Potion of Healing. Both sides fighting it out. Is the Death Knight going to be able to get a Death Coil off? I'm not 100% sure what his ability was there. There it goes. Level 1 Mountain King has been taken down. But now, at the cost of it, pretty much the entire army, Lucifer losing a lot of his units here. And a beautiful burrow at just the right time. And what is happening here? Level 6 now on the Lich. We could actually see Death and Decay. Something that I don't think I've actually cast in quite a long while. Another Dark Ritual coming back in as the Lich now tries to make its way over. All of these Spellbreakers, though, pretty much not having to worry about any of the nuking effects, as there's a Frost Nova slowing down. A Tome of Knowledge gonna get picked up by the Death Knight, having time to sit down and read in the middle of chasing down an Archmage, as the Archmage does have a Potion of Healing. Boots of Speed are on the Lich, but I don't believe the Lich will be able to catch up to a Boots of Speed. No, Archmage doesn't have Boots of Speed, but still able to outrun. Alright, Flying Machines are moving around. Archmage, Mountain King should already be back out. No, Paladin is out first. Mountain King shouldn't be too far behind. As the Lich, what is it going to purchase? Another Potion of Invulnerability. Death Knight has a Staff of Teleportation, Scroll of Healing. And let's come down over here. We are finally going into Black Citadel and Slaughterhouse. Level 6 Lich. Level 5 Archmage with a level 1 Death Knight. And a level 1 Paladin, and a level 1 Mountain King. I don't believe I've cast a game ever quite like this, as the games are still going through. Lich sitting at level 6 and will be able to finish and take down one very, very easy flying machine. We are now going into the slaughterhouse training of obsidian statues. Obsidian statues with perhaps even destroyer form, and that is going to really, really work out well for the armies in terms of focusing down heroes, but not in terms of focusing down the actual army engagements. And oh, this could be a bad engagement here. The Ogre Lord could get Frost Nova'd at any time, 288, and there you go. Both sides are fighting. Potion of Invulnerability. Does he pick up the item? Yes, Lich was able to pick up the item, but now getting Storm Bolted. Scroll of Town Portal needs to be used, and there we go. Scroll of Town Portal to steal the item. A very nice item at that, as a Troll Berserker is now just tossing axes at the hall. Alright, siege engines now making their way in, and now we actually need to see some meat wagons. Alright, the siege engine does deal a good amount of damage to a Black Citadel. Fortified attack, 45 to 55 damage. Decent attack speed with fortified armor, meaning both all of the units that we see so far, the Obsidian Statue, the Death Knight, and the Lich, deal reduced damage to fortified. And we are still going back at it. Bloodlust on an Archmage. And here we go for the next engagement and next fight. Ghouls trying to engage. Holy Light. And still, the Death Knight still trying to pull back once more. Spellbreaker, ooh, Staff of Preservation saves it. Lucifer going to end up losing his own Troll Berserker. No, somehow that is still alive, as the Obsidian Statues are still in play. All right, there's a Scroll of Healing, keeping up some of the units alive a little bit longer. Paladin with a Health Stone and Divine Shield. And a Hawk, realizing that this is a bad engagement for him, finally teleports out. We have the human tri-hero versus the undead duo, which is now coming back in with a Dreadlord. All right, a Dreadlord. We could see some sleep. We could see some... Wow, I don't even know what the builds are going to be. I do believe it is going to be sleep as a first ability. Carry on Wave could also come in. Vampiric Aura would absolutely confuse me, as the Lich now making its way across the map. Hood of Cunning, Agility, and Intelligence. There you go. Destroyers absorbing mana. And you know what that means. Destroyers absorbing mana, taking to the skies. There's going to be a whole bunch of dead towers. Or, nope, a whole bunch of dead flying machines in just a second. The flying machines taking some splash damage. And now the Arcane Tower down in just a matter of seconds. Only the Lich can deal with the Spellbreaker and also the Death Knight. The Spellbreaker doesn't have any reinforcements though, so that is not a good time, as the flying machines need to simply wait for the mana to recede from all of these destroyers. The destroyers still have some mana, and how funny, a griffin in the skies trying to deal with the destroyers. The destroyers quickly. Oh, a beautiful Staff of Sanctuary, saving a very low hit point Griffin Rider. Coming back over. Flying machines trying to engage, and sleep now on the Mountain King. The Mountain King not able to do very much at all. The Mountain King now going to Storm Bolt. Oh, a beautiful, beautiful Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, stopping the stun, followed by a Death Coil to heal. A Staff of Sanctuary coming back in. Level 3 now on the Paladin. Paladin with a Health Stone, regenerating hit points very quickly, as well as we're going to see the Destroyers now come back over. What is going to be happening here? We need to start seeing some Riflemen or some Siege Engines with the actual, the anti-air attack, in order to deal with all of these Destroyers. So far, Lucifer has been playing a very entertaining game. Lich still sitting at level 6. I haven't seen Death and Decay yet, but then again, it could have just been level 3 Dark Ritual for the additional mana. All right, where is that Paladin going? Paladin now down to 422 hit points. Potion, or not a potion, Divine Shield now cast, 15 seconds of invulnerability, making him one of the most difficult heroes to kill, especially if you give him Rings of Regeneration or Health Stones. All right, Hawk going to be losing his second base here. It has really been a game of rods of necromancy with that Lich. The Lich up to 615 mana, and we've seen more Frost Novas this game than I've seen in 3 other games combined with a Lich. All right, here's the engagement. The flying machines are going to take down a lot of these destroyers. Destroyers are going down very quickly. Destroyers do not have the mana, but what is happening now? The flying machines are completely useless as the Death Knight now getting storm bolted. Divine Shield, Thunderclap. Are we gonna see, oh, a beautiful Staff of Sanctuary followed by a Scroll of Town Portal transfer as, wow. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to explain everything. This game is so epic. Alright, for those of you guys who actually requested me to cast this series, thank you. Alright, Griffins are in the air. The Griffins will now try to take down Archmage at level 5. Will not get to level 6. Paladin sitting at level 3. Here we go. The Paladin may actually get to level 4 now. The Archmage should back away. It cannot gain any more experience and is actually going to steal experience from the Paladin. Alright, the pipe absolutely useless. Most likely will be sold. Paladin now sitting at level 4. And what is going on? Come on, Paladin, get up there. Get up there and be useful. The Archmage shouldn't even be there at all. The Paladin could be perhaps halfway to level 5 by now. Level 3 Holy Light could just completely make the difference. As we are now going into Destroyers once more. The Destroyers do not have... No, some of them do have mana, but they are so anti-magic that they cannot hold mana. That is the problem. Oh my goodness, the hero Tri-Nuke coming in. Archmage now down to 215 some odd hit points. It is trying to run away. Flying machines turned back around, forced to engage. There is now gargoyles in the air as the Paladin now trying to run back. Alright, what's happening here? The Paladin has a very, very long Divine Shield. Is it going to actually return and make it home? As, oh, there's a Holy Light. The Divine Shield is about to end. What is going on here? The Paladin now finally getting cycloned. Wand of the Wind. Archmage now trying to run away down to 219. 200 hit points, able to fight in the back. We see some Griffin Riders trying to focus down onto the Obsidian statues and focus down some of those other units as well. A lot of red units, militia most likely. Both sides still fighting it up. Flying machines are going to be falling. Archmage still attacking. No Orb of Fire. As we see another Holy Light come in. Human Tri-Hero is one of the strongest Tri-Heroes in the game, though, as it just gets stronger and stronger. Healthstone has been utilized. There's a Divine Shield once more coming back in. Death and Decay on the main buildings. Cannot engage or attack their Archmage. Now fighting next to a shop. Is he going to be able to get off perhaps some more healing, as the Lich now seeing that level 7 Death Coil keeping him alive. Archmage is in trouble. Holy Light. Is it going to come in time? No. Staff of Sanctuary coming back over, but that is an Archmage sitting duck. Down it goes, and Archmage gets taken down. Wow. Lich teleporting out at level 7. And what is gonna happen? Mountain King is alive at level 2. Paladin is alive at level 4. And I guess that Brilliance Aura is finally useful since that Archmage is out of the game. Now, the town halls have been rebuilt. Back down over here, we still have a little bit of mining going on. There's not much left, not much gold left in either of these mines here. About 3 minutes and about 2.5 minutes here. If you're not quite sure, divide by 60, or an easy way is divide by 10, and that's how many seconds you have left. All right, coming back over here, we have another haunted gold mine at the 10 o'clock position. The Mountain King trying to get some experience, wants to get level 3 Stormbolt. Will he be able to do it? Mantle of Intelligence needs to pick up the item. Meanwhile, Death Knight and Lich coming back in. We see Orb of Corruption. The Lich has an Orb of Corruption. The Death Knight does not. And perhaps the Orb of Corruption could be given to the Death Knight, so all of them can attack air at this point. One Gargoyle in the mix as well, just to add more damage, just in case there are more flying machines. All right, Archmage is going to be coming in. Here we go. There's a Holy Light. There is a Stormbolt onto a hero, I believe. Now the Mountain King is trying to back away. The Paladin still sitting at level 4. I guess that all-important Brilliance Aura really helping out right now. Brilliance Aura on a Paladin, useful. I never thought I would see the day. All right, Staff of Sanctuary being used on a mechanical unit. I don't believe... Yeah, I don't think Staff of Sanctuary's work... Actually, yeah, why wasn't he regenerating hit points at all? All right, waiting for that Archmage to come out. Just holding position right there. Just a little bit of a dance again. And there is the GG. Lucifer taking game 3 in an impressive fashion. Stay tuned for game 4.